Awesome. Best 20 bucks I ever spent on Amazon, huh?
No kidding. Yeah, this thing's like a $15 headset that I got. I did have one of those mics,
Hmm.
set up with an arm and everything. But once I was able to stand up and move around more, I needed something where I could stand. So for all these, I
Yeah.
stand and kind of move around, and it has a mute button on it if I cough or something. So it's kind of what I need because I wanted to try to hook one up like on the wall somewhere where I could kind of like swing it down here.
Yeah, like a
But I'm
boom
like,
mic or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
boom mic, yeah. But I move too much, man. I'm like, yeah.
No,
So
I get that.
welcome to the podcast, man. It's good to
No,
meet you.
thanks. Thank you for having me on. I'm actually kind of honored that you asked us on after you
Oh
saw a couple
yeah,
of our posts and stuff. Um,
hell yeah.
but yeah, no, I've been watching a lot of your content actually since you invited us and stuff. You talk to like everybody, man, like UK, United States. I mean, have you
Yeah.
had people on from Canada on too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude.
Dude, I needed something to do, and I
Yeah.
was like, well, I really enjoy I enjoy meeting people in real life as well. So
Mhm.
I could be, if I stop somewhere, I've gone to bars by myself and just
Yeah.
leave with five friends. I'll just talk to everybody and
I'm the same exact way. I'm a very talkative person. I talk to everybody, you know.
yeah, hell yeah. Well, I'm Eric or E-Rock from our channel.
And I'm Matty Mo, team leader for MoBros Airsoft. Um,
Okay.
we got the team started back in, oh geez, 2019, I think, is when we kind of started the team. For a while, it was just me and my brother, Mikey Mo, Mikey Mo and Matty
Okay.
Mo.
Yeah.
Uh, we would started airsofting back in 2012. I was like 21. He was 12 years old, and
Sh-
it was a bonding experience for us, really, man. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff that you and your younger brother can do, especially like that with that age gap.
Right.
So real life Call of Duty was like the next step for us, you know?
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So we started playing a couple of games in New Hampshire and stuff where we're from. And we got asked to be on a team at one point. It didn't really work out for us. Then we just kept playing. And eventually people in the community, they're like, oh, hey, Matty Mo's here. The MoBros are here. All right. What's up, guys? What's up?
Makes sense.
It's a nickname that just sort of stuck. Um, but right around 2019, we kept on playing with a group of friends regularly, and we decided to just say, you know what? Why don't we make a team out of this? Why don't we just call it the MoBros team? So we changed the name from me and my brother's last name, like the MoBros. We changed it to More Brothers. We still kept the MoBros name, but it means
Yeah.
more brothers, more experiences, more players in the community, that sort of thing. And
Yeah.
since then we've just been promoting positivity throughout the community, and
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
get
I saw your. Yeah, because that's your like kind of like your motto or
yeah,
tagline or whatever. More brothers, more experiences, that kind of thing.
yeah, more brothers, more friendships, more experiences, and more players in the community.
That's
More.
it. Yep.
Yeah. Our thing is just when we go out, when we hit the field or whatever we're doing in our daily life, we're looking to promote the sport or the hobby of airsoft in a positive light. There's
Yeah.
enough there's enough negativity out there in the world. I'm sure you've seen it. I see it.
Especially online. Yeah.
It's so much online, man.
Yeah.
And it's just we don't want to be a part of that. We go hit the field and we just try to make it a fun time, not even just for our guys, but for everybody there.
Yeah.
I mean, if your team is getting just completely wrecked all day long, getting their shit kicked in, isn't it going to be a fun, memorable moment if you do a fuck all and just charge at the enemy, 20 people just running out there? Like, it's memorable for you. It's memorable for the guys that are kicking your teeth in all day, too. Everybody leaves with a happy memory, happy experience of that day. And that's
Yeah.
just some of the things that our team tries to put out there.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, when you got to have some good memories in life. And that's, one of the things I talked to my kids about over the years, like because I was always the one taking pictures of everything and
Yeah.
videos even before we started a channel or whatever. It was
Hmm.
and they're like, "Can you please stop taking pictures?" No, look, you're gonna like this when you're older, because you want to look back
Hmm.
on these and show your kids or whatever. Like, hey, there's some cool memories, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's always
Yeah.
a good thing.
No, definitely, definitely. It's just what we've been doing lately. We've been, I don't want to say more serious about it, but like we've been definitely adopting some team aspects and stuff. I mean, for a long time back, like since like 2013, 2014, my brother really wanted to start a team, but I was really against it, man. I actually was like, nah, I don't want to do a team. Let's just go out and play. But
Yeah.
I guess you could say he talked me into it, you know.
Yeah. Well,
But
I actually so I started looking at your Instagram
hmm
right after, whenever I found you
yeah,
online and stuff, and I messaged you and everything on either one of your posts, or I direct messaged you. I can't remember, but
I think you messaged us on one of our posts. Yeah,
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 and yeah, I commented on one of your posts. That's right. And so
yeah.
I started looking at your stuff, and I looked at your YouTube channel, and the one of the videos I watched was put together really well. Whoever did you edit that?
That would be
You
me. Yeah,
you edit them? Okay,
yeah.
because the music, the the scenes were the cuts were
Was it
lined
the
up with the beat.
helicopter?
It might have been.
Probably, probably. That
It
was
was they were all the cuts and the edits were lined up with the beat of the music,
hmm
and it was timed perfectly. I've done that. I've done
yeah.
the editing on, trying to do that kind of stuff. I know it takes some work, so I
It
was really
takes some
impressed with it.
time. It
Yeah.
takes some time. Like I so I've been running GoPros for about 2 years now. I have two. I have two GoPro Hero 8 Blacks. Um, I usually run one, and then I usually give one to one of my teammates. Or if I just don't feel like running one for the day, I'll give them both to a teammate and just be like, "Hey, just get me footage for today, and I
Right.
can make stuff for our team page, and I can make cool videos and stuff like you saw there."
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I spend a lot of time putting in the work for just a small 3 minute video because, as you
Yeah.
saw, like the production was definitely worth it. But if you go back to some of the older videos on that YouTube page when I was first getting started, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, this is kind of
Right.
cringy to watch."
That's how we all start out. I look at ours and I'm like, oh my God, what was I doing? Yeah, yeah, you got some good stuff on there. And then I
No,
can't
thank you.
remember if it's on your YouTube channel. Maybe it's in your about section on your YouTube channel that
hmm
you had your. I found your personal one. Your
Yeah,
personal you have a personal like YouTube as well, like for family stuff or whatever.
yeah. So I have a personal one for some family stuff, a couple of video games posts and stuff like that. I don't
Yeah.
usually use that often, uh, but I do have my own personal like YouTube Prime off of that. But
I was yeah, I was watching some of those and I could tell you were one of those people that likes to create memories because it
definitely,
seemed like you do the same thing I do. So
hmm
when we have big parties and things, I'll do like a slideshow for, our family or whatever, if it's
yeah,
somebody's birthday. Those are really cool things. I'll put music to it and stuff.
hmm
So I saw a couple of yours and one
hmm
of them it was pretty long. You had a ton of pictures, but it was
it was probably the
remembering
my
Jack.
grandfather's memorial video.
I was just
So
going to ask you who
yeah,
who Jack was. Yeah.
yeah. Jack was my grandfather. He passed away almost a year ago. He
Okay.
passed away. A mixture between cancer and a bunch of other ailments. He was put in hospice care for the last few months before he passed away. Really rough for my whole family, but I found out a lot about him after he passed away that I didn't know. He was a very quiet, stoic man, didn't really
Mm,
talk much about himself or what he did. I found out that he did so much for the Christian community in the New Hampshire area. He built up, I guess, several different family programs to help families suffering from drug and alcohol abuse and abusive relationships and stuff. He actually put together those programs to help all those families. And the guy never mentions it. He's just like, "Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
I just did that. Whatever. I'll have another
Real
glass of wine."
humble.
Yeah, very, very humble man. And so for his funeral, I was able to put um, that long memorial video together for him, and we played that at his funeral. And a lot of my aunts, uncles, family members, and stuff, they're like, "Well, I'd like to maybe watch this again sometime. See some pictures." I'm like, "You know what? Upload it to YouTube. The whole family can see it whenever they want."
Yep.
So
That's really cool, man. Yeah.
yeah, but no, I've always loved creating content and stuff like that. Ever since I was like a little kid, doing movies and stuff with the cousins and whatnot, it was definitely a lot of fun. And as soon as I started getting into airsoft and I finally got my hands on a GoPro, I'm like, oh, this is my thing. This is what I want to do. You know, I want to capture those really cool epic moments and make some hype videos, you know, get other people interested in the sport, which again plays into what our team's about, you know.
Right.
We're trying to get new people into this sport. How do you do it? Well, show them a really cool video on YouTube.
Yep.
They're going to say, "Oh my god, you flew in a helicopter? I want to go do that."
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So how did you get introduced into airsoft in the first time?
Oh, so like I said, my brother and I, we started back in 2012. I was in college down in Boston at the time, and YouTube was huge back in 2012. I'm sure you remember.
Yeah.
And so between all my classes and stuff, I'm on YouTube. I'm browsing Minecraft videos, Call of Duty videos and stuff. And finally, I run across a couple of videos on YouTube by Bob the Axeman Hildebrand.
I've
And
heard
I'm
of
like,
that one. Yeah.
yeah, Bob the Axeman from Airsoft GI. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? So I'm watching some of these videos. I'm learning about these airsoft guns and stuff. I'm like, that is really, really cool. Um, so I went out. I purchased my first gun. It was a SEMA M14 SOCOM, and
Nice.
but I didn't want to be the only person on the field with the gun. And because I kept on going home from Boston and stuff, my brother saw me watching these videos. Oh, what's that? That's so cool. So I went and bought him a 20 round single shot pump action AGM shotgun. Like it was a piece of crap. It shot maybe 200 FPS with a .20. Like it was just not good. But I gave
Oh
that
yeah.
to him in a face mask. I'm like, all right, cool. You're set up. I got my gun. And we went to our first event at RPC Airsoft in New Hampshire, and we just got totally destroyed. Like I had no idea what I was doing out there. I was fogging up like crazy. I couldn't see
Right.
anything. Um, but we went home, both me and my brother. At the end of the day, we went home. We're like, that was so much fun. Like I know I met so many people. I know exactly what I want to do. I want to get this kit. I want to get an AK. I want to get an M4. You know, it just spiraled from there. And here we are 10 years later, 10 years down the road, we're still playing together. We're still hitting fields, except we've expanded now. We go to fields not just in New Hampshire area. Last year, our team was represented at 18 different airsoft weekends.
Holy cow.
Yeah, yeah, we like to play.
That is
That's
a lot.
that's what we do. We love to just play airsoft. Skirmish games, mil sims, competitions, even private events. We get invited to people's backyards to go play games and stuff. We will go. 18 games is what we went to last year. Right now we have about 15 lined up for this year, and we've already completed 2 of them. So
That is cool.
yeah, we're going to several events. I think we have 6 or 7 events in New York this year that we're heading to.
Mm.
We have a couple events up in Maine, several down in Massachusetts, and of course some here in our home state of New Hampshire as well. But we're meeting up with all sorts of other teams and stuff. That's, once again, our More Brothers logo. We reach out to all these teams in these local areas. We're like, hey, we're coming to your state. You want to team up and play, like hang out?
Yeah.
A lot of them say yes. So we make new friends along the way. And then we
Right.
get invited out to more places, to more games by those people. And we want to say, yes, let's go. So it's
Yeah, that's
great,
awesome, man.
just a great sense of community up here in the Northeast, for real.
Right. Yeah, that is cool.
Mm.
Yeah, and you're obviously building up your collection over the years. You got a really cool gun wall back there.
Yeah. So I moved into this house a little over a year ago,
Okay.
and I had this room in the basement that just had nothing in it. And I asked my wife, I'm like, what do you want to do with this room? Do you want it? She's like, no, too small for my gym. So she got the bigger room. I got this little one. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a little studio or something. Maybe do some Instagram live videos and stuff for the MoBros team. So that's what you see here. I got the whole studio, gun wall, and everything. I
Yep.
got lights up the head.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Yeah, the whole nine. So, plate carriers and stuff like that sitting right
Oh
next to
shit.
me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it looks cool, man.
Yo, no, it's awesome. These actually just came from Lowe's. They're actually it's a tool holding system, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm sure you've seen it before.
Yeah, I have one in the shed actually.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
bought the one strip. a really long, like 4 foot strip.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
we buy the magnets that kind of slide in the slots or whatever. They're really
Yeah, yeah,
strong magnets. Yeah.
that's exactly what these are. Well, they're not really magnets. They're more like little
Oh,
brackets,
yeah. Brackets. Okay.
and they just kind of just hook on there, and they
Yep.
snap in, and you can slide them either way. But
Yeah.
they're perfect for just holding the guns up and making them look good, right?
Hell yeah. That looks cool, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
they make for a great backdrop, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I got one too many. I got a couple guns on here that aren't even mine. Like this one here, this actually belongs to my brother. He's out doing AIT training right now out in Oklahoma, so I'm taking care of
Oh,
his stuff for him while he's away.
okay.
He should be back beginning of April. So we have some
He's
plans
in
to go
the
hit a couple
Army.
things. Yes, he's
Okay.
joining the National Guard,
Yep.
artillery. I'm not
Okay.
sure what his MOS is.
Yeah.
That's something I should know, but I'm not a big military guy, so.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool, though. Yeah. AIT is, yeah, Army, I think. That's
Yeah, Army
a lot of my
infantry training.
buddies.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Well, he just completed basic, I want to say 3-4 weeks ago.
Okay.
But yeah, no, he's been doing good. But he's been taking care of his rifle here. It's a ICS CXP limited edition Mars, MARS, with a kinetic blowback system and a MOSFET pre-installed in it. There were about 500 of these made worldwide by
Holy
ICS.
shit.
Yeah, my brother snagged up one of them.
That is awesome.
He loves it. But yeah, put some funny grips on there, put some flashlights on there. My brother, he's 6'7". He needs a big rifle.
Holy
So
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
he needs something big and long to run. So this one was
For real.
perfect. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, definitely a cool one. But I got a ton of them on the wall. We got the SMC9 there. We got a Crytek over here. Another Crytek right here. 2 SEMA AKs. You can't see it off screen, but I got another KWA in the corner over here. G&G combat machine, SEMA shotgun. I mean, I could just go on and on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Hell yeah. Now, what's your favorite weapon to run? Your main?
I got 2 right now. I have 2 because one's not completely done yet, so I'm not trying to run it too much. I still need to put in a Gate Titan MOSFET into it. But the one I've been running all last year, and I'm still running this year, is this here. This is a, believe it or not, do you know what a Crytek Warsport is?
Yeah.
Right? Crytek Warsport was the one with the big long barrel with the C on the end of it.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, I kind of modified that.
Yeah,
So-
big time.
Yeah, so what I did was I went ahead, I got rid of the whole upper section of it, replaced the outer barrel and the inner barrel of this, put on a Daniel Defense 7-inch rail system, just regular flip-up sight I had rolling around the house, M16 back sight that I had rolling around the house, and then we put in a Gate Titan MOSFET and an ASG high-speed motor. And this thing just kicks like a beast. A lot of people look at it and they're like, "Oh, that's so ugly." But man, this thing outperforms. If you saw I think it's our Into Darkness video that I have up on our website. It's our latest video.
Okay.
There's a scene right at the beginning. You could hear me yell, "Let's go!" and then you hear a gun firing, and it sounds like full auto.
I did see
It
that.
it wasn't full auto. It was this thing on semi-automatic. This
Oh
thing
my
ripped.
god.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah,
cool.
that's the one I've been running of late. I'm working on building up this one though. This is going to be my gun for this season. So this is another Crytek. Crytek Trident Mark II M-Lock.
Nice.
Let me see if I can get it in the frame here for you.
Yeah.
Got a Streamlight flashlight on there with the strobe function. SRC foregrip. Just a regular Valken red dot sight. Standard iron sights and stuff on it. Everything in this is stock right now, but I will be putting another Gate Titan in this thing to make it rip like the other one.
Nice.
But no, I'm in
That
love.
looks
I'm in
cool,
love
too.
with this thing. It's a nicer look than the other one.
Yeah, it does. It really looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys got So we got most of our guns from mystery boxes because we started our channel. We were doing we didn't do a lot of gameplay because these guys were only going like a couple times, 3 times a year or something. Big. They like the when they first started, they started going to like a lot of events, like 1 day events and stuff.
Mhm.
Shorter like CQB kind of stuff. They got they went to a mil sim, they loved it, and that's what they've been doing ever since. The 3 day mil sims, but they would only go a few times a year because work schedules and stuff. But
Naturally, yeah.
so we didn't have a whole lot of gameplay videos, so we started doing like unboxings and
Hmm.
reviews, and then we
I've
just
been watching those. Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've been
So
watching all of your unboxings and stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
they're pretty cool.
we so once they started doing that, then I was interested. After I
Hmm.
started the channel and stuff, I was like, I want to get my own guns too. These are cool. So we would all four of us would order a BOA or Airsoft GI mystery box, whatever,
Hmm.
and so we'd have every single month we'd have 4 boxes,
Oh
with
my God.
sometimes a lot of them with 2 guns each. So we were there's actually a picture on our Instagram that has it wasn't even all the guns we had, but they were laid out on our like sectional couch. I
Hmm.
had American flag laid out, and we stood up all the guns on them and on the floor and the
Oh my
pistols laying
God.
around, and it took up the whole sectional of the couch. So
Oh
and that
man.
wasn't even all of them. Like it was just we were running out of
Wow.
room. But when
Wow.
these guys and we had some pretty cool ones, from mystery
Yeah.
boxes, but nothing like really expensive. But the guys went and bought Chris and JP went and bought a LVOA war
Hmm.
sport, and they brought it home, and I was like, bro, this looks awesome with that thing on
Doing
the
that
front.
C on the front of it. Yeah.
Yes, and so actually one of the videos, I think I just made a short of it a few weeks ago, where they put drum mags in them and went full auto on these paint targets, these paint bags.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're full of different colored paint and stuff, and they were just and I had a GoPro sitting right there too, real close to it, and it's
Yeah.
getting splattered with paint and shit like that.
That
But
must be
yeah,
looking
those guns are
awesome.
cool, man.
No, they're definitely really great. I enjoy them right out of the box. I've been a huge fan of KWA for years and years. Been
Mm,
running their products. I just haven't really liked the designs of any of their newer ones that they've come out with, though. So
okay,
I've been leaning a little bit more Crytek these days. But
gotcha.
no, when my brother and I, when we really started getting into it, our first purchases were KWA products from either Airsoft GI or evike.com.
Yep.
And yeah, we just ran with it. We went to our first Milsim event in 2019, hosted by Stag Ops. We had a great time. It was an absolute blast of an event. We were looking forward to doing even more, but unfortunately, 2020 happened with COVID,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that pretty much killed any and all dreams of Milsim for 2020. So when we came into 2021, that's why we hit 18 events this past year
Yeah.
and so many milsims. We've been doing a lot with. Have you heard of Grimnir Tactical?
Yes.
Yet, we are actually ambassadors now for Grimnir Tactical events. People
Oh,
can,
okay.
if anybody wants to go to one, I'll just shout it out. Use code MoBros10 at checkout. You'll get 10% off your ticket.
Okay.
Um, yeah, they host some really, really amazing events. I've been to quite a few milsims. I've seen a lot of milsims and stuff online. Heard a lot of player reviews about other organizations. The way Grimnir is doing it is they're actually really changing the way you play a military simulation event.
Really?
Uh,
See, my
yeah.
only experience with them or my knowledge of them is just online, like Instagram. I think a few weeks ago I talked to somebody on here,
Mhm.
and they mentioned them, and that's how I found them. So I've only known their name like in the last month.
We've known them for almost a year now.
Yeah.
MoBros, we attended their second Milsim event they ever hosted. It was Operation Captivus, hosted at OTP Paintball down in Pennsylvania.
Mm.
Uh, Amazing event. It was a 40-hour event. We got marched out Friday night, out onto the field, slept out there, ate out there, slept with your
Continuous.
goggles on. Like, oh, it was
Yeah, one
intense.
of those. Yeah, the continuous ones, whatever they call them, where it's like
Yes.
nonstop. Yeah.
Yep, nonstop, continuous 40-hour, absolute blast of an event, and we were hooked. We wanted to go to their third op, Brimstone, but it was hosted down in West Virginia, and the drive from New Hampshire to West Virginia is about 12 hours.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time off to take. A lot of our guys, we weren't able to do it, but we talked with Grimnir about it. We're like, we really want to go, but we're really sorry. It's too far
Yeah.
of a drive. So they invited us out to a private event they were hosting in New York in July.
Oh,
Yeah, 50 players. It was called Bounty Hunters, where we got to try out some of the game mechanics and some of the technological upgrades that they're bringing to their events. I can't disclose too much information because
yeah.
we're trusted with it, but I can tell you they have a cell phone app, right? And their goal with this application is to be able to do everything on it. Um, by everything, I mean you log into the event via the cell phone app. You
Oh,
go ahead
wow.
and you select your player classification via that app. Are you a saw gunner? Are you a grenadier? Are you a rifleman? Are you a squad leader? Fire
Yeah.
team leader? So on and so forth. All done through the app. Um, at the event, Bounty Hunters, they were introducing a new faction called the Bounty Hunters. We're hoping to see them later this year with the Grimnir team, but these people would have your picture on their phone of you
Oh, shit.
that you took that day on the application. They know exactly what you're wearing. That person who's a bounty hunter is going to be like, all right, well, I'm going to go find Matty Moe and go hunt him down and
Yeah.
collect a reward for him.
Yeah. It'd be like a bounty come up on the app for them or whatever, and they come hunt you down or whatever. That sounds
It's
awesome.
it's so cool the level of technology that they're bringing to these events. We saw actual drones firing tagging missiles at vehicles and stuff at their event. Oh yeah, we
Oh
saw
my God.
we saw juggernauts that the only way you could take them down is if you like knife them. How close can you get to a juggernaut with an LMG in the middle of a field? Like, shoot him all you want, he's not going down. The only way you can take him down is get him with a knife. Like, it was insane. Of course, they have technicals and stuff like that at their events as well. It's just they really take it to a whole new level. Hacking terminals. They actually
Mm.
have laptops, tablets, and terminal boxes that you can connect to with your cell phone. You don't even have to be on the app. You can just connect to it via a
Yeah.
Wi-Fi signal that they have going across their fields at their events that they host. And you can hack into that, and you'll be able to download intelligence and stuff that you can report back to your team commander. Guess what? Your team was just awarded a juggernaut for the next hour of the event. Use it
Holy
as you want. You know.
shit.
So like the level of technology at their events is
Yeah,
out of this world, man. It's really taking the game to a whole new level
for
compared
sure.
to playing an event where you're like, all right, well, I'm on green team, you're on tan team. I'm gonna go sign this clipboard that's stapled to a tree out in the woods and be like, this I took this objective at 1:15 in the afternoon. Like, no, they do away with all of that. It's all technology driven, technology based.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta start following their stuff, to find out a lot of these things. Yeah, because that sounds really cool. I know one of the mill sims these guys went to when they came back, because I edit all the videos.
Mm-hmm.
They would come back from mill sim, they drop all the stuff off. I'm looking through their videos, and they play most of their mill sims at GTI down here in South Carolina,
Yeah, I know
where we
GTA.
live. Yeah. So the Stonebreak or whatever, and then they would have a scene where they're coming in to this, inside part of the building, and there was a real laptop there with this, like, they had to open, and like they, this things they had to do to take over this checkpoint. And I'm like, I'm watching this video, I don't know shit about it, this is
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, what is it? Hey, come here. What is this? And they're like, oh yeah, and then explain to me. I'm like, holy shit, bro! Like, I after the military, I played paintball. So I don't have a lot of experience, in airsoft. I don't have any experience on the field. It's just from the YouTube channel, and so my experience as far as playing was paintball for 6 years or whatever, and so I mean, this is from '95 to 2000, 2001. So it was like we didn't have electronics. Nobody had cell phones. Nobody had,
Yeah. Yeah.
shit like that. So I'm seeing this stuff. I'm like, what in the world? Who set this up? They're like, yeah, the guys who run the event. I'm like,
Mhm.
holy shit, bro, this is cool.
Oh yeah. No, and Grimnir is definitely taking it to a whole new forefront on that.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. We're really excited that they're allowing us to participate in their ambassador program to be able to get their name out there and stuff. and be able to help get some players some discounted tickets to go to events and stuff.
Yeah.
They're hosting one in New York, April 23rd and 24th at the Milson Field, Zulu 24. Very popular field.
Heard of
American
that.
Milsim is hosting their game there as well, Eastern
Mm,
Front, in May, I believe, which is
okay.
another one our team is attending.
Yeah.
But no, Grimnir actually has an event coming up close to you as well. June down in Panthera Training Facility, West Virginia. That's not too
Oh,
far from
okay.
North Carolina, right?
Well, we're in South Carolina. It's West
South
Virginia is
Carolina.
probably about it's probably about 6 hours, something
Oh,
like that.
that's not bad. That's not a bad drive.
Hey, look,
Okay.
man, I don't
Hey,
like driving that far. Okay,
all
it's
right.
well,
So,
we grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. When I got in the military, we moved back to that area. My
hmm
in-laws lived down here in South Carolina. That's how we ended up down here in Greenville or in Simpsonville. But
hmm
so it's a 10-hour drive. With
yeah.
toddlers, it's about a 12-hour drive. Okay, but
hmm
so we're driving down 2-3 times a year for like 10 years, and then we finally moved down here to be around my in-laws, and love the area, love the weather because we
Yeah.
don't like the snow and the cold and all that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, so when we drive back home to see my mom and my sisters and my nieces and nephew and stuff, I'm like, God, I hate this drive. I've done it like 100 times in the last 15 years. But
Yeah.
so anyway, but yeah, it's not too
Yeah.
bad. 6 hours ain't terrible.
So I grew up with long drives. I
Mm,
did. So when I was in high school and I finally got my license, my high school was a 45-minute drive away from me. And
damn.
yeah, I lived in Deerfield, New Hampshire. I went to high school in Concord, New Hampshire. I don't know how the town zoning worked out with that, but it just did. And yeah, it was a 45-minute bus ride or a 45-minute car ride. Highway, back roads didn't matter. It was 45 minutes. Either way. So long car rides for me, if it's anything over an hour, I'm just like, okay, that's a long car ride.
Yeah.
But as far as traveling for airsoft, the closest field to me is 30 minutes, and we are traveling at least. I know I'm traveling at least 5 or 6 times this year, over 4 hours away from my house to go to an event. The
Mm,
biggest thing for our team when we travel those long distances, anything over 4 hours, we get a hotel room and we plan for adequate time off and rest before a drive home.
gotcha.
By that I mean like we have an event coming up in 2 weeks in Albany. Albany's a 4-hour drive from my house right now.
Mm,
I'm planning on doing a half day of work on Friday. I'm going to be leaving at noontime, driving all the way to Albany, checking into a hotel room, sleeping there, so that way
right.
I can be on the field at 7 a.m. Saturday,
Yeah.
well rested, ready to play, do what I got to do. Then I'm going to check into the hotel Saturday night. Why? Because, well, by the time the event's done, the raffle's over, talking to people on the field, it'll probably be 6:30, maybe even 7 o'clock. I
Right.
don't want to drive back home 4 hours. Like, that just sounds miserable to me. Check
Yeah.
into the hotel again.
Yeah.
Sleep it off, rest up, get some breakfast in the morning, drive home, go see the wife and dog.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's what our team's doing. Even for our 2 day events, we do something similar. We say, hey, listen, even if you get off work at 5 o'clock, it's worth it to drive those 5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, the 4 hours to the field, get to the hotel room with us and check in and sleep, then try to get up extra early to get to a field that Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Like,
Right.
don't stress yourself with that. Your body's not going to like it. You won't be
Uh-uh.
as effective that a day on the field. Like, you're just going to crash and burn.
Yep.
Get the rest in. The other great thing about doing this with our team is it's a bonding experience for all of us.
Right.
Hey, can I get a ride with you? What time's the bus leaving? 12 o'clock? Awesome. Matty Mo, I'll be at your house. Let's drive together. We're at the hotel together. After the event, we go out to dinner together. Probably not even just our team. Actually, no, definitely not just our team. We've been going out with a bunch of other teams and stuff. Go grabbing drinks at a bar or something after the events. Like, just
Yeah.
chilling, talking about how awesome it was and talking about future events we want to attend with people.
Yeah.
We did that with the guys from Adirondack Mountain Division Airsoft, Task Force Diamond, both teams out of New York.
Okay.
We're going to be doing that with a couple other guys from Deadline Force Vermont chapter, Real Precise Shooters. Who else? I mean, there's so many teams I can think of.
Wow.
But no, it's just that's what airsoft is, right? It's a huge community event.
Yeah.
Everybody getting together, having a good time. Like, why can't you just carry those good times off the field a little bit?
Absolutely.
Make
Yeah.
some new
That's
friends.
these guys when they go to a milsim, man, it's a vacation for them. You know, they go. I mean, they're getting to do what they love,
Hmm.
meeting new people, and which is great for one of my sons, my oldest son, Chris, who's on the channel. His personality type, he is very reserved, very quiet, does not want. I had to talk to him for a month to convince him to get on camera. And the funny thing was, he was so nervous, right,
Hmm.
to do any kind of video, and he turned out being one of the best on camera. Me and Coltrane, whatever, me and Colton would be on there, and we're kind of like ramblers. So we'll go to do something, we're reviewing a gun. We'll say, talk for 10 minutes, and we only went over like 2 things on the gun. You know what I'm saying? Chris, he'll sit there and study this stuff about all the specs on a gun, like what he wants to go over, all the features, and then we'll say go, and he'll sit there and think about it, and then he just go, and he's like perfect. I'm like, what the fuck, like, bro, like, you are awesome on this stuff. But yeah, he is. These events are really good for him because normally he wouldn't go out with friends or whatever, too much. He's one of those guys like, just, hey, you want to go out? No, I'm gonna stay here. He plays games and stuff.
Yeah.
But he gets some social stuff online, like most people do with the, Call of Duty stuff, whatever. But these events are really good for these guys. They go out, they build some, friendships, camaraderie, and they get to do something they love.
No, that's exactly what we've been doing. I mean, I've actually met friends of mine that I had on Xbox for like 5-6 years. I started telling them, hey, I'm playing airsoft, I'm going to this game in New York. They're like, dude, I live in Pennsylvania, that's like right next door. What event? Like, can you hook me up with a gun for that? Yeah, so we're meeting up at events and stuff, like people that
is cool.
on Xbox. It's awesome. Just grow the community, man. That's all we got to do. That's all we got to do.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I envy these guys because I haven't been able to go to. I've been to a couple events with them, just to a CQB field, and I just filmed. But when I watch all their gameplay stuff, I'm like, man, I miss that. That's what we did in paintball. It was the same thing. It was a cool getaway, but we didn't have milsims. It was one-day events, that we set up or whatever. They didn't have the whole military kind of, thing set up with paintball. It really wasn't a popular thing.
Yeah.
But, unless we did it on our own, just pick up games or whatever. But this stuff, man, I'm watching these videos. I'm like, damn, I want to go to this stuff, But so anyway, I am going to my first event or milsim, Stonebreaker, the first week of April. At GTI, I bought a press pass, so because I still can't walk very fast, or
you don't need to walk. You don't need to walk fast. I always say when I go to skirmish events and our team's playing with people, we always try to split our team up into 2 sections. Right? You got your runners, and then you got your waddlers. I am a waddler. I fully
me too. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to go out there and go with these guys. So this is my first big step from getting out of the,
that's great.
Just being behind the camera. I'm still going to be behind the camera, but I'm actually going to be there with them instead of them just wearing GoPros. So I'm really excited about it. In fact, I got so I have safety, airsoft safety goggles, but I'm going to go as Dallas from Payday 2.
It's going to be great.
So I said, what can I wear? I mean, I was in the Marine Corps. I could do all the tactical stuff, paint my face, cami and shit. I mean, that's so overdone. So I'm gonna go with something funny. So yeah. And me and the guys played Payday 2 when it came out. So I was like, I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I'll have to send you the video, or if you just look at the MoBros Instagram story after this. So we went to an event yesterday, and I got to play as a Taliban role player all day long.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, I laughed so hard. Well, the whole point of you being a third party role player is to screw with the Russian team and screw with the American team, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not on one side or the other, but both sides are kind of vying for you to team up with them. So
Right.
I was just playing like an idiot. I ran out of ammo at one point. I was running around tapping people on the shoulder, be like, "Do you have any Joe Biden ammo you could lend me? Please lend me some Joe Biden ammo."
Oh my god, that's funny.
Tell me no, I'd just be like, "Why not? Joe Biden give me some. Why don't you get?"
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
For real, man.
I mugged one of my teammates at one point too. I took his rifle.
Oh
I gave,
shit.
I gave him my AK that was empty, and I took his. I, fake punched him in the face. I'm like, "Oh, I hit you in the face, and now I steal your rifle." Ha! And I ran away. But I
You know,
actually
it's
posted that on our Instagram story. It was
that
so
I'll have to
stupid
watch
funny.
that. Yeah, because I love these events where they kind of mix it up like that with the
Yeah.
different kind of like a third team or whatever,
Mhm.
or a third faction where they kind of throw off the dynamic of that, like what you were talking earlier. The green team, the tan team. That's really
Yeah.
kind of old school. It's kind of like what we
Mhm.
trained at. Back in '89 when I went in the military. It was we were still learning stuff from Vietnam. We were learning jungle warfare and stuff, but it was
Yeah.
still like this giant force against the other giant force.
Mhm.
And I see a lot of these when they first started playing, a lot of that kind of thing, and it gets stale because if one team is a lot better than the
Mhm.
other, even if there's like 100 people on each team, that team is that's better is sitting there wait. It's boring for both sides because now
Exactly.
these guys are walking back to spawn. Well, then these guys have no targets to shoot
Yeah.
or objectives or whatever. So it's like when they
Mhm.
throw in these different third factions or different objectives to try to take over, and the third faction kind of messes with both teams or can
Mhm.
help them. It's really cool.
No, it's really awesome. This isn't the first time that I've done the Taliban role.
Yeah.
We did it at an event last year up in Maine, and the field event coordinator up there loved our team doing it so much. He's actually planning another event this year in July for us to come back and reprise our roles as the Taliban people.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
we just we just dived into the fuck around character, like
Yeah.
nothing is scarier for an airsofter, right? When you're walking down the trail with your 20 guys, and then you see a bunch of people in these Afghan dresses and turbans on, screaming at you, being like, "Hey, hey, 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 you, you're on my land. Get the fuck back. Get away from my land. You don't know what you're doing. You don't want to anger this person because he has a gun, but you also don't want to be the one that just destroys his whole village. So you gotta tread lightly here."
Oh, that's
And
funny.
it's our job to try to rally these guys up enough. Actually, one of our team members, Jonathan, or her call sign, she got her call sign from this event. Her call sign's Bad Mom. And
Okay.
when we went to the Taliban event, she had her Taliban dress on and a hood, and she took a sweatshirt and put a couple of airsoft grenades in it and wrapped them into the sweatshirt,
Oh shit.
like to make it look like a baby.
Right.
And he was walking around, and people actually thought, they're like, "Is there a real baby in there?" She's like, "Oh no, don't touch, don't touch." At one point, she came across a whole squad of NATO soldiers, threw the baby to the ground, pulled the nade, tossed it, took them all out.
Oh
And
shit.
as all the soldiers are laying dead on the road, they just look at her. They're like, "You're a horrible mother. You're a bad mom." So that's how she got her name.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I recognize that name because I follow her. I think, I guess I found her tagged in some of your posts or whatever,
You probably
and I
found her
started
and a
following.
couple of our
Yeah,
other members. So we
yeah.
have 9 members on our team.
Okay.
Um, Obviously, myself, my brother.
Yeah.
Then we also have call sign Joker. We have Sped, Slim, Stacks, Lucky, Bad Mom, Squatch, and yeah, me and Mikey Mo. That's 9. So
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, they sound familiar. So I think
yeah,
I do. The ones I don't, I'll check and make sure I follow those guys too that are, if they're on
cool.
Instagram.
Oh yeah, they are. They're
Yeah.
all on Instagram, but
Okay.
no, those are the people that you see in all the videos and stuff that I'll make
Gotcha.
and I'll edit, and I always try to put a little caption at the bottom of the screen, with their name on it, so you know camera point of view you're watching.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now, are these the team members? Are they people that you knew before Airsoft, like from your area, or you met them through Airsoft and then they found out you had a
So
team, they joined, or
so the way that our team does recruiting, it's changed and it's progressed with us as a team.
sure?
Before, a lot of teams are just like, hey, anybody can be on it. Here's a patch, you're on the team.
Yeah,
We don't do that anymore because we eventually got some people on the team that weren't promoting the same values that we want, our More Brothers values and our motto and
gotcha.
stuff. They were just more so into it for, hey, Matty Mo's going to give me a camera to run, and I can be on camera. Cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's not what the team's about, dude. Like we're actually out here trying to promote the community, not ourselves. But
yeah,
so we found a lot of the players that we have now. They all share the same values as us, and we started a new recruitment process where if somebody is interested in joining our team, reach out to us and just come play with us at a game some point, right? Talk to us for the day. If the vibe is there, hey, we'll give you a recruit patch and we'll be like, listen, you got to come play 3 more games with us, at least 2 more skirmish games, and at least 1 mil sim. And the reason we call for the 1 mil sim is because, like I told you earlier, it's a real bonding experience for our team.
right,
We get to
right,
know you inside the sport and out of the sport, right? We're going to
right,
be sharing a hotel room and stuff with you, Do you snore? Do you not snore? That stuff doesn't matter.
right. I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you get to know people on a more personal level and stuff,
Sure.
especially if you're hanging out with them outside of the sport. Once we do that, the members of the team will get together, we'll convene, and we'll talk about the new person joining, and you need to get 100% vote. The reason we ask you get 100% vote is because we want to make sure you get along with everybody.
Sure.
If one person has an issue with you, then it's going to be hard for you to get in with our family.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you can't get in the future. It just means, hey, just keep coming and playing with us at events until you
Yeah.
get that stuff worked out. Then we'll take another vote on it.
Yeah, it's hard to know somebody just from, 2 days in a row, or not two
Exactly.
days in a row, but 2 days where you're there just part time, and then now milsim, that's a good idea too, because that your 3 days you're usually away. You have to stay there on
Mhm.
location. Uh, Typically, depends on the weather. You're going to be whenever you're stuck out somewhere like that. If it's hot, the more stress that's involved, whether it's
Mhm.
weather or how the event is set up or whatever, that's where you really see the real person. Because
Yeah.
when people are under stress, man, that's when if they're immature or whiny or
Yeah. Yeah.
like just
And
like
that's what,
they're
and
going to
that's why
be,
we make it a
yeah,
part of our
yeah,
recruitment
that's
process.
not a bad
And
idea. Yeah,
it's not at all. Like we absolutely play both. We play milsim, we play skirmish, and we intermingle the two. A lot of people consider us a milsim team. I wouldn't say that we're a milsim team at all. I'd just say
yeah,
that we're an airsoft team.
yeah,
We just go out. We just want to play airsoft. We don't care what kind of airsoft it is. Just invite
right,
us out. We'll come and play.
sure.
Um, so a lot of people will reach out to us and they'll say, "Hey, yeah, no, I definitely want to be on your team. I'll play every single skirmish game with you." Well, can you travel with us for at least one
Right.
milsim?
Milsim, yeah.
And if they're completely out of it, we're like, that's great. You can keep playing skirmishes with us, but we really need you to come out to the milsim because even though we're seeing you one day, a weekend, we want to get to know you on a more personal level.
Yeah,
We have a very tight knit family of a team right now,
right.
and it's not like just anybody can join your family, right?
Well, there's a benefit to making something a little difficult and a little
Hmm.
more work to get into because people appreciate it. If something is given away freely, it's not,
Yeah.
especially something like that. I mean, obviously there's certain things in life that might be okay with, but
Hmm.
working towards getting on a team. I mean, I went in the Marine Corps, so you got
Yep.
to work your ass off to be called Marine. Like you don't get called
Definitely.
Marine until you graduate. So it's a lot of work, and you are extremely proud to be called that because you
Yep.
earned it. And so there's certain things in life that's not a bad idea. Having a team like that where you're open
Yeah.
to whoever, but you kind of have to do some work to get it on the team. It's not terrible. That's a good thing.
Exactly. And,
You
and
know?
we don't. Other teams, they'll be like, "Hey, you have to run this certain kit. Hey, you have to be a good player."
Yeah.
We don't care if you come to an event with us, and every time you come to the event, you're in spawn the entire time because you keep getting shot. We do not care about that. We don't
Right,
care
right.
about skill level. We don't care about age. None of that. We don't care about it.
Yeah, your skill level can grow.
Your skill level can grow. So whether you've been playing airsoft for 3 months or whether you've been playing airsoft for 10 years, you're welcome to join our team. You don't need that skill level to be with us. We just ask that you have a certain level of dedication
Right.
to it. A lot of our members that are dedicated, they play as many as we can. A lot of them are going to come to all 15 events this year that we have planned. Some of them can't even make one.
Yeah.
We don't. Once you're a member of our team, you're a member of our team. You're a member of our
Right.
family, man. We're not
Right.
gonna. We don't require team members to go to games and stuff. Everybody has a different schedule. Life gets in the way and stuff. But
Right.
if you want to get on the team, you got to put in some work for it.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. It's a good setup.
yeah.
Yeah, when you guys started the team, how did you was it kind of like trial and error as far as
Definitely like
figuring
trial
that
and
kind of
error.
stuff out? Yeah.
So when we started the team, obviously it was me and my brother, and then a couple of stragglers that we found along the way. We've definitely had some members, and then we lost some members.
Sure.
Um, but that trial and error brought us to the systems we have in place now, like the 1 mil sim, play a couple of
Yeah.
games with us, to be able to wean out the people that we get along with and the people that we wouldn't get along with, right?
Sure.
I mean, we've had players on the team that are purely just in it for the clout of
Yeah.
being like, hey, MoBros has a following and they're kind of known around New England. I want to be a part of that team.
Right.
Well, do this process and you can get in, and they don't want to do the process. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, 2019, we just kind of let anybody on the team. 2020, we kind of did the same thing, just let anybody on the team. We had a 50% vote thing that we were doing. So even if you voted no, but I voted yes, they'd get on, which,
Gotcha.
I mean, wasn't really fair. Caused a
Yeah.
lot of fights within the team and stuff. Some people
Oh,
left
okay.
because of it, which is why we
Yeah.
changed it up to the 100%.
Yeah.
You got to get along with everybody on the team. These are
Yeah.
going to be people that you're going to be seeing on a regular basis. You want to be able to get
Mm-hmm.
along with everybody.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, no, I'm really proud of us. We got tons of patches. I got to send you a patch, by the way, so make sure I
Yeah,
get your
I'll send you
address.
one as well, for sure.
I got a couple.
Awesome.
I'll let you take.
Okay.
I'll let you take your pick. You got patch 1, patch number 2,
Ooh. Man, I don't know. I like them both.
patch number 3.
Oh, okay. Shit. Too many options, man. What's the very first one you came up with?
So this was our first logo that we ever came up with, right?
I kind of like
Uh,
that.
Yep, the white logo, MoBros Airsoft, with the guys. When I was designing this logo with a friend of mine who helped me design it, I told him I really wanted a Band of Brothers kind of feel
Yep.
behind the logo, which is
That's what
why
it
you
looks
got
like.
the silhouettes of guys and stuff.
Yep.
And I found the silhouette online. I gave it to my buddy. He threw the mountains on it with the logo and everything. I fell in love with it. It was
Yeah.
amazing. Um, so with this logo, we were able to just change the backdrops of it and put some multicam behind it,
That
right?
looks cool too. Yeah.
And, put some woodland camo
Yep.
behind it, right? And it looks awesome. But yeah, these were the original iterations of our logo. But to distinguish our team members, we actually got team member patches now. We got these ones
Oh.
here with the faded colors and stuff behind there.
Oh, cool.
And these are the only way to get one of these patches is if you're a member of the team. So
Oh, okay.
so a little bit
Oh, that's
different.
cool.
Not too different, but
I like that one with the white background. It has that Band of Brothers vibe
yeah.
to it that I recognize,
Oh
and
yeah.
of course, I love that series. So
Everybody loves that series, man.
of course,
I have yet to meet one person who does not love the Band of Brothers series.
yeah,
It's just great. But no, I went through a couple different patch companies to be able to find one. I finally found a guy that I really like on Instagram. I've been using him for every patch moving forward I'm going to be making. But
okay,
another thing that so we'll give out patches and stuff at events. If you see any of our guys on the field, and you really get along with them. You can buy a patch off of them for
Right.
$5. They will literally
Okay.
rip it off your arm and give it to you because
Nice.
they know that the team has plenty of stock and they can get that patch back for free.
Right.
But, aside from that, we also give away. We got stickers.
Oh,
We got
nice.
we got stickers that we just hand out for free, and
Okay.
we also I got to reorder some more of these. These are business cards with our
Yep.
website on the bottom, but on the back of it, it's a Baofeng to FRS frequency chart.
You have a picture of this on your Instagram or something like that because I saw this and I was
Yeah.
like, that is fucking cool. That's a
So
good idea.
this was an idea I came up with because a lot of the team was saying that sometimes they'll be talking to 6, 7, 8 people and they don't have enough stickers to hand out. They don't have enough patches. I mean, we have people coming up to us taking pictures of our arms for the patch so they can look it up later.
Yeah.
So I thought, what better way to one, start conversation, and two, get our team name out there than a business card. But we didn't just want to give out a business card. I wanted to have a purpose to it. So the
Right.
frequency on the back, this is something I always find people looking up at every airsoft game I go to.
That's what I've heard.
People are always looking to sync their communications together with their team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'm running an FRS radio. I'm running a Baofeng. What's the conversion? Hang on, let me look it up on my phone. Oh, I don't have any service. Does anybody have that conversion chart on their phone?
Oh
Like,
my God.
do away with it. Take this
Yeah.
card. Put it in your pouch. Put it in one of your pockets of your BDUs. You can have it forever. And yeah, these were 100 of these to make was like $20.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they're cheap. Yeah.
so worth it. So we took a little bit of money out of our team fund and we got that done. But
Absolutely.
we gotta order some more. But the chart goes
Well,
from
I will send you. Oh, go ahead. The chart goes from what now?
no, the chart goes from FRS 1 to FRS 22.
Okay.
But that still covers a wide range for people to use. So
Right. Yeah,
but
that's a really good idea. Yeah, because that's a big issue with when these guys started wearing the radios,
mhm.
and they're like, we don't know how to set them up, and they're asking me. They're like, didn't you use them in the military? I'm like, bro, that was 30 years ago. We used a Prick 77. Okay, the shit they used in Vietnam. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it was a big green box, the 30, 20-foot antenna, swinging in the wind. I mean, that's what we
Oh,
used.
man.
And so all
Yeah.
this new stuff, I don't have any experience with, They're like,
I
oh, they have to look up online all the frequencies and all that shit.
I know my only experience with radios has been Baofeng's via airsoft. And like one person showed me one day and I'm like, oh, I better remember exactly what he's telling me right now because oh my god, he'll never tell me this again.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I've been looking for other options other than Baofeng. I don't know if you've heard, but because I guess Baofeng is something to do with like ham radios or whatever, and I guess you need a license now in the United States to use it on certain frequencies. That's just what I've heard. So
Yeah, I
when
think
you
I've heard of that too.
when you buy a Baofeng now, so if you go on Amazon, you buy a Baofeng radio,
Yeah.
there's like a 70% chance or so that you'll get a radio that cannot transmit, but it can receive.
Oh shit.
So a lot of people are going out and they're saying, "Oh, airsoft! I got to buy a new Baofeng.
Yep.
I'll get one." Everyone says to buy Baofeng, and they'll buy it and they'll be like, "Hey, how come I can't? How come I can't talk to you
All
on
they
it?"
can do is listen. Yeah.
That's all you can do is listen on it. I
Wow.
have like two in my house right now that I can't do anything with, and
Yeah.
it's because I had team members of mine go out and they just bought one. They're like, "Hey, I bought a new Baofeng, but it's not working." I'm like, "It's here. Just give it to me. You can have one of my old ones. That way."
Oh my gosh.
But
So what's a good alternative? I mean, what do you
I
guys do? What
haven't
do you guys switch to?
I haven't really found a great alternative as far as like the frequency and megahertz that you'd be able to program,
Yeah.
but I have yet to find anybody that has a problem with running a midland radio or a regular FRS style radio. I mean, those still
Okay.
your field you're playing on isn't going to be 30 miles long, you
Right.
know?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you don't need that high power of a radio to be able to
Right.
talk to your teammates and whatnot and communicate with people. And if
Yeah.
you're at a large mount facility or something like that, you and your squad are staying relatively close together. You might be across the street from one another, but you're not going to be on opposite sides of the complex from each other. So
Right.
I find that a standard FRS radio, just your channels 1 through 22,
Yep.
that's fine for most, if not all, events that you'd attend.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, we got these guys bought a set of them real cheap. Just starting out, they were like, "Oh, it says a 2 mile rate, range." But I was like, "It doesn't have 2 miles, but let's see what let's test it." So we
Mhm.
went up and we were here. I drove up the road to the end of the street, which is probably about 3 football fields,
Mhm.
and it was just starting to kind of break up while I'm on and there's houses in between and trees and whatever. But so I was like, yeah, these will work fine for you guys unless you're, on opposite ends of GTI, which is big,
Yeah,
but most of the time they're not. So
yeah,
yeah, they worked fine.
yeah, yeah. No, that's what I did. So I'm buying a couple more Midland radios. I'm getting a couple different shoulder mics, push to
Oh
talks, and
yeah.
stuff like that. So that way
Yeah.
our team can have a couple of different options and stuff. Especially because some of our guys they can't really afford all this sort of stuff. So I like to
Hmm.
buy a little bit myself and have a couple of extras to hand out wherever I have to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have your team be effective on the field with extra equipment if you can get it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. I
That's
mean, I'm
good.
one of the things I always bring for the team. I bring a case of water with me every
Uh,
game that we go to. I got this.
yeah.
I have the space in the SUV. I'm like, I got this cooler. Buy a 40 pack at Costco, throw it in the cooler, and let's just
Right.
go.
Hell yeah. That's good, man. Well,
Yeah.
it's cool you're thinking about your team. That's most people aren't in a leadership role, when they get out of high school, unless you're
Mhm.
like, well, even in football, like, in sports, any kind of sports, whatever,
Yeah.
it's not really, you still have your coaches there. If you're like the team captain or captain of the defense or whatever, you still have all this, you're not really running it. You don't have
Yeah.
to think of everything. You just have to think of the play.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
So
and everyone
we
knows
have,
their job.
yeah. So we have several team captains. My brother's a team captain. We also have call sign Joker. He's also a team captain for the MoBros team. Their biggest thing is to help me assist all the other team members when there's a lull in conversation. So like
Gotcha.
if somebody has a question about event or something going on, the team captains will have the answer for you.
Okay.
I'll have the answer too, but you don't. I'm not always. I don't always have to be the go-to because of that.
You don't want that.
I don't want that. No.
As a leader, you want to delegate so that
I,
you don't have to be.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been in the construction industry for several years now.
Oh, okay.
I started, as a foreman, grew my way up to a job site supervisor,
Gotcha.
and now I'm an estimator project manager. So delegating and be able to get that communication out to my guys in the field and stuff, it's similar
Yeah.
to how I run things with the airsoft team.
Yeah. I
And
work construction as well, so I know what you
uh,
mean.
yeah, no, I'm a estimator slash project manager for a drywall and metal framing company up here in New Haven.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, me and my buddy flip houses. That's my
Oh,
extent.
awesome.
Yeah. So we buy a lot of those kind of supplies all the time.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
probably not metal framing.
Not the metal
Drywall.
framing.
Yeah.
Yeah, drywall for sure.
No, I'm doing commercial framing and projects and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I just sent out a bid earlier this week, which is why I had to
The
postpone.
one, yeah, we
Yeah,
talked about.
had
Yeah.
to postpone it. Final bid went out for about $700,000. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed that I'll win that one. But
Yeah.
we'll
Good.
see.
Yeah. I mean, the construction stuff is really starting to take off again. It's
It
we're
is. It is.
yeah.
I had several material increases. Drywall went up by 30% at the
Hmm.
beginning of January, which was huge.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah,
metal
we
studs.
feel it.
Yeah, I'm sure you feel it. Oh my gosh, that 30% increase. I mean, it was similar to like when plywood or in
Right.
you know plywood and two by fours, pressure
Two by
treated wood,
fours.
went
Yeah.
skyrocketed in
Yep.
2020. And the whole reason that skyrocketed in 2020 was because the pressure treated chemical that gets embedded into the pressure treated wood, that
Yeah.
chemical came from China. So they banned all the
Oh.
imports from China, so we couldn't get that
Oh
chemical.
shit. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, which is why there was no pressure treated wood
Okay.
anywhere across the country. Nobody could find it.
Yeah. See,
Which
I was
was,
going to build an extension on our deck, and I
yep.
saw the prices going up. I was like, no, that's going to wait for a couple years.
No, that's the other problem I'm running into in my industry. A lot of people are like, "Hey, give me a bid for this. Give me a number for this." I give it to them. They go, "Holy crap,
Yeah. Holy crap.
really?"
Yeah.
like, I'm like, this is the number I'm comfortable giving you, and I'll tell you I can hold true to that number until end of May. But after
Yeah.
that, that quote's no
Who
good.
knows, right?
Yeah.
Well, I noticed a big increase in our patches as well. We order our patches from a company in Monterey, California,
Hmm.
and I just got a new quote to reorder some, and they're double what they were 2 years ago when
Wow.
we first, did our first order. So I'll
Wow.
have to, yeah, I don't know, I know obviously, everything has gone up, uh,
Hmm.
not just supply costs, but because of labor, people having a hard time finding people to stay at work or
Yep.
come back to work.
Yeah, that's the difficulty
Yeah,
I'm dealing with. That's for sure. I
yeah,
can't
for
find
sure.
anybody to work right now. It's crazy out there. It's
Yeah,
just ugh. What are you gonna
yeah.
do though? You're just gonna persevere and just keep on trucking along.
Oh, absolutely.
Be,
Yeah, that's what we
be
do.
that. I like this quote. It was from a movie. I forget the name of the movie. It was a Leo DiCaprio movie, but I always say, "Be that second mouse." You ever heard this story?
Huh.
Yeah. Two mice were thrown into a vat of milk. Right. The first mouse drowned. The second mouse kicked and he kicked and he kicked and he churned that milk into butter and he walked out of the bucket. Be the second mouse.
Wow.
Right.
No, I don't know. And I know movies, and I am
I think it was
really,
Catch Me If You Can. Was that it? The Leo DiCaprio movie? I think so. I
yeah.
think that's what it
Yeah,
was.
I
Yeah.
love, I love his movies as well. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess, yeah, I must have, drank a little too much when I watched that one. Forgot that scene.
Nothing wrong with that, buddy.
So I'll have to go back and watch it. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got to be, all those sayings like that, the crabs in the bucket, and
Yeah.
all the business books I read over the years. That, you know, yeah, it's cool.
Oh yeah.
Well, listen, man, it's been really fun talking with you.
Yeah.
Great to meet you. I'm really glad we were able to figure out a time to
Yeah, me
get
too. I know
together.
my schedule's been so crazy. Sorry about that. I've just
Oh,
been
don't
all
apologize,
over the
man. It's no
place.
big deal. It's no big deal. It is. It happens on my end as well.
Yeah.
I try not to, but it does
Mhm.
happen. So and it's happened with other people I've scheduled with. It takes a few times. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So, but man, I really appreciate it because it's something I really enjoy, meeting new people and talking with people
Definitely.
and hearing their stories and what they're doing in airsoft. And like I said, man, I really appreciate what you're doing with the team thing, and also, I like that you are kind of one of those people that really tries to create memories. And I
That's
could
a
tell
big
that
thing
by
for us.
your, yeah, I could tell that by
Yeah.
your personal YouTube,
Yeah.
where you're doing those kind of things for your family.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
No, that's a huge thing. Like I said, we want to make sure everybody we go out on the field with goes home with that great memory, of whether they just wiped out the entire MoBros team or got wiped
Yeah,
out by the entire MoBros team.
yeah, for
Make
sure.
a good memory,
Awesome.
something that you'll go home and you'll be talking about for years to come. That awesome play that you did that one time you were with the MoBros team at the field.
Absolutely. Well, where can people find you, you or all your team members, or
Oh,
where can people find you guys online?
well, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And you can also find us on our website, www.mobrosairsoft.com. On that website, you'll have links to all of our social media. There's also a contact us page. You'll go right to our email. And you can also see all of the events that we are attending in 2022. We have an event schedule on there with calendar invite links already linked onto that calendar. You can just click on there. You can see all the dates listed. These are events in New Hampshire, New York, Massachusetts, Maine, and it's updated monthly. So
Nice.
if you're come back every month, look at the website. You might see something new on there. We might be popping up in your area.
That is awesome. Yeah, thank you, man. It's been great. And after we get off, I will send you my address, and then you send me
Yeah,
yours,
will do.
uh, and I will send you some of our stuff as well, and
Love
we'll
it.
exchange.
All
Yeah.
right, buddy.
Thank you so much, and have
All
a
right.
good night, bro.
You too. Thanks for having me on. Good night.
All right.